Now, the fourth paragraph says that she never looked back. From that point onwards, she toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. She gradually, means slowly, moved from orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. So, in this line, the very first line of this paragraph, the narrator says that she never looked back, means as she had learned or she had mastered in the music, she had learned music, she kept on moving forward. She never looked back, she kept on achieving great heights. Once she had overcame the hurdle, she started sensing the different sounds through different parts of her body, and this helped her to progress in her career, and she kept on progressing and attaining the great heights in her field. Then further the narrator says that she toured the United Kingdoms. That means she visited the different places in United Kingdoms to perform with the youth orchestra, and by the time Evelyn reached the age of 16, she had decided to make music her life, and she auditioned for Royal Academy. She gave an audition for the admission to the Royal Academy of Music, and her score was the highest in the history of the Academy. No other person had scored such a high score as Evelyn did. Though though she was having that disability or she was hearing impaired, but that did never became a hurdle in her career or in achieving her dream or her goal. Then further the narrator says that initially Evelyn performed in a group, and as she got well in her music, as she mastered in her music and got confident, she started performing alone. And then she had achieved all the top awards by the time she had completed her 3-year course at the Royal Academy of Music. Then in the fifth paragraph, the narrator says, and for all this, Evelyn won't accept any hint of heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you'll get there. And she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi percussionist with a mastery of some 1,000 instruments and hectic international schedule. In the very first line, the narrator says that if anyone says that Evelyn has done something great, she does not acknowledge that she is very humble, means she does not feel proud of it. She was very humble and down to earth. Then in the next line, the narrator says that Evelyn says that two important things for success are hard work and aim. First is hard work and second is aim. She says that if you work hard and you have an aim, a target which you have to achieve, then you will definitely achieve it. Then further, in the next line, the narrator says that Evelyn also achieved her goal. She worked hard and she had an aim to become the topmost, the most famous, the most sought after musician of the world, and she did that. She gained mastery of almost 1,000 musical instruments, and she is the most popular multi percussionist of the world. She has a very busy schedule. She has programs and concerts all over the world. And then in the last line, or in the sixth paragraph, the very first line, the narrator says it is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. Means intriguing means fascinating and curious. So in this line, the narrator says that when you watch Evelyn work or perform so effortlessly, although she cannot hear, you get very curious because Evelyn can identify the slightest, the minutest sound made by the musical instrument. Then in the next line he says in our 2-hour discussion, She never missed a word. That now the writer Deborah Cowley took Evelyn's interview, which lasted for 2 hours, and Deborah says that Evelyn never missed a single word that she spoke. Then further he says, men with bushy beards give me trouble, she laughed. That is, Evelyn says that those men who have long, huge, bushy beards give her trouble. Why do they give her trouble? Because when they speak, she cannot see their lip movement, as their lips are covered with the bushy beards. And you all know that the people who could not hear, they just read your lips. So, but when the people or the men who were having long beards, the bushy beards, because their lips were hidden because of those bushy beards, or under those bushy beards, so she could not read the movement of the lips. That's why she laughed, saying that men with bushy beards give me trouble. Then further in the next line, she says it is not just watching the lips, it's the whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Lilt is a way of speaking. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. But that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master Japanese. So, in these lines, the narrator says that according to Evelyn, when he was taking the interview of Evelyn, then she said she does not only see the lip movement of the person's face to make out what the person was speaking. She used to see the whole face, and means the entire expression of the face of the speaker made Evelyn identify or know what the person was saying. And she added the expression of the eyes also helped her make out what the person sitting in front of her is saying. Then the writer says she speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lilt. Means flawlessly means without any mistake, without any fault. In this line, the narrator says that Evelyn's speech is flawless and she has a Scottish accent. As she belongs to Scotland, her voice has that accent. And then in the interview, Evelyn said, my speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says. She said that she can speak clearly because she had learned the language, as she had not lost the sense of hearing till the age of 11, and by that time she had learned to pronounce, or she had learned many alphabets. That's why she had the vocabulary, and she studied till the age of 11, till the time she could hear. Then further in the next line, it is said that, but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. In this line, the narrator says that after becoming deaf, Evelyn also learned 2 new languages. She learned French and basic Japanese. So one wonders that how could she learn these 2 new languages despite of her deafness. Now in the 7th paragraph, the narrator says, as for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tingles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. So in this line, the word tingle means causes a slight prickling or stinging sensation. So in these lines, the narrator says that Evelyn explains, in her interview, she explains that how does she identify music. It creates sensation. She says that it creates sensation in her skin, in her cheekbones, and even in her hair. So every part of Evelyn's body responds to music. Then in the next line, when she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingerprints. In these lines, she says that when she plays that musical instrument xylophone, she uses tricks and she can sense the vibrations of the sound produced by the xylophone that pass through the sticks up into her fingertips. Then further in the next line she says, by leaning against the drum she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. Resonance is echoes of sounds. So she says that, and the narrator says that when Evelyn plays the drum, she leans towards the drum. That means she leans over the drum and she can feel the echo flowing into her body. Then further the narrator says, on a wooden platform she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. So what do you mean by this? In this line, the narrator says that whenever Evelyn performs, she performs on a wooden platform and she removes her shoes so that she can feel the vibrations of the musical instruments that pass through the floor into her feet and it moves up her legs. That is how she can feel the sound of musical instrument.